Hey, happy Saturday, everybody. I hope you are all doing well. I wanted to get on here and give you the quick November forecast for the month. Um, I'll get on here again next week, right before the full moon or the new moon, and do a forecast then. But I'm DJing today, so this is the only time I'm going to get to do this. So tomorrow is Halloween, so happy Halloween to everybody. And please remember, we're not in any kind of a platonic phase or anything like that, but the moon is waning. So when it's waning, just keep an extra eye on the kids, the children. Um, Let me double check something before I open my big mouth. Yep, we're in Libra energy, so it should go very well. But just keep an eye on the kids because this is probably the first year they're able to get out there and trick or treat. I know a lot of kids were in quarantine last year, didn't get much of a Halloween. So do enjoy the festivities, enjoy the evening, but also be safe. Like I said, the moon is waning. Luckily, it's not in a platonic phase, um, but just be cautious and have a blessed Halloween. I miss those days of taking the kids trick or treating. I used to hate it, but now that they're grown, I miss it. Hey, Kapui, how are you, hon? Happy Saturday. Happy Halloween. Blessed Samhain to my pagan broom sisters and brothers. It's the end of summer. That's basically what Samhain means, is summer's end in Gaelic. Um, there's a couple different ways you could say it. Samhain, Samhain. Um, there's another way too. I think it's the Welsh way, and I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce it. I'll obliterate it. Anyway, let's get right to it now. I have taken my forecasts and have decided to move in a little bit different direction with writing. Um, I have been taking classes from another astrologer, not on astrology per se, but he has been teaching me how to write better forecasts. So there are classes on that on Udemy. So believe it or not, you would be able to find them as well. But yes, his name is Nikolai, and I cannot pronounce his last name because it is a very strong Russian name, and I will ruin that name as well. But you can check him out somewhere on Udemy. He just look for astrology forecasting, and it will teach you how to write better forecasts. However, this and how I created it was just kind of I decided to do it a little bit differently. I decided to do it in the way, number one, this was geared for my Patreon, my paying clients, my paying um, people, to do better, to be better, and to give more information. And this is the best way I can do that. This does benefit the general public though as well. So you'll notice now in the November monthly forecast, there's November transits, and I'm not going to read all of these, but there's from Mercury going into Libra, new moon in Scorpio, Venus entering status seeking Capricorn on November 5th. There's a lot of energies here I really want you guys to look at. Um, let's just take a look. So from November 1st, I have transits going all the way through the 24th. And yes, even though I am an ancient astrologer, I very rarely put certain things like conjunctions and trines in. But I felt these were necessary because they take on some energy here that you're going to notice and you're going to see. For example, November 10th, Mercury in Scorpio, it's conjuncts. Anytime we're conjuncting, it's usually harmonious, so it's usually in a positive way. And it's going to conjunct Mars in Scorpio. This is where our deep subconscious energy comes to light and it comes forward. Dreams become prophetic, our intuition becomes stronger. We are searching for the truth. We become the investigator of the zodiac in a great many ways. Our speech can be a little more blunt, a little more forceful, and straightforward and to the point, brutally truthful. That's what this energy brings. But it's going in a more harmonious energy because Mercury is in Scorpio and Mars is, they're both in Scorpio, so water and water. What else can I say about this? This is going to be anything mystical and metaphysical is possible with this energy, both positive and negative, and you'll see what I mean. Just watch the news and you'll see what I mean by that. What was the other aspect I put in there, which is a rarity for me? November 2nd, Mercury in Libra, communication. It squares off with Pluto, which represents drama, and Capricorn, which represents politics. Watch the news. You'll see what I mean with our Congress and our Senate and the shit show that goes on there. It is advised, though, in this energy to watch your tone with others, to avoid arguments. Now, luckily, with Mercury being in Libra, that won't be, it will tone it down quite a bit because Libra speaks in a more disciplined, more fragile, more docile manner. So that is a very good thing for this aspect. But when we square, square is about tension. Okay, so squares are not good. So just, keep your eyes and ears open. This is where backstabbing can come into play because anytime we're dealing with this energy, um, Pluto and Capricorn, this is where, how do I put this? This is where there's deceit behind the scenes, if that makes any sense. So if you're feeling, especially a lot of you out there who have a lot of deep intuition within your own selves, if you're feeling this, there's a reason why. Listen to your gut feeling. Don't self-doubt yourself. Okay? Even the stars are trying to give you a hint of what's going on behind the scenes. So just listen to your gut feelings. Hey, Christopher, my brother from another mother. This gentleman that's in the chat is a dear friend of mine. And if you look at our stars together, we are definitely star brother and sister. A lot of our placements are similar, except he has a much more intuitive moon than I do. But thank you for joining me today. It's good to see you, bro. Okay, so that was my little spiel on the November monthly forecast. You can go ahead and read all the rest on your own at www.astrologywitch.com. I put up the forecast about 16 hours ago. Patreon got this several days ago. And I didn't do a forecast, for Patreon. But don't worry, Patreon, I'm doing one for your full or new, why do I want to call it the full moon? Because there's eclipse coming. That's why. Your new moon forecast, that I will get to this week, I promise. And the public one will be on the new moon itself. So yes, I hope you do enjoy this new and improved format that, like I said, it's designed mostly for Patreon clients, but the general public's going to benefit. Please understand that as my business progresses, it moves forward, so does how I conduct my business and how I write my dialogue, and how I do my writing. I'll explain more about that as, how do I explain? I'll explain it more in 2020, but it was an epiphany that came to me about me needing to change things up. Maybe it was because Pluto was in retrograde, and Pluto is all about getting rid of what doesn't serve my greater good. This can pertain to my business as well. And there were just certain things that I wanted to do differently because the man who taught me this astrology, as knowledgeable as he is, he's old school, and we're moving into progressive times. Yes, this is ancient astrology, but you've got to kind of move with the times. You can't stay stuck in the same pattern. And that's what he does. He's in the same pattern. I choose to not do that. I like to switch it up, especially when it comes to my writing. Another thing I'm going to say is, and I'm going to explain more about this in 2022, mid 2022, I should be taking cryptocurrency as payment. I'm setting stuff up behind the scenes now. And those of you that are in cryptocurrency, I don't know about you, but I've made some money. Shibu Inu. Woohoo. We'll talk more about that. In fact, next week, I am creating a YouTube show all about crypto. You want to know what a blockchain is. We want to know what mining means. We want to know what staking means. I'm going to explain all of this to you. So for those of you out there, if you have any questions you want me to answer about the cryptocurrency world, don't hesitate to message me. You can email me, astrologywitch22@gmail, or you can message me on Facebook, here on YouTube. I'm everywhere. You know where to find me. But yes, I'm going to be offering crypto. You got to go with, hey, it's coming. Anyway, November is here, everybody, and well, not yet. 2 more days. The beginning, few days of this month, it's a time to honor our dead. I don't care whether you're Mexican and celebrate Dia de los Muertos. The Irish have a 14-day festival starting on the 31st through November to honor their dead. A lot of Catholics do All Souls Day on the 1st of November. So this is a time to honor our dead. I have my own ancestral altar in my living room, and my mother is decorating it with things, pictures, and stuff. You know, we have her mother, my grandmother on there, my grandparents, my dad, a whole bunch of other pictures of people. I even put animals on my altar because our four-legged friends are our children in a lot of ways, and you know they make a big impact. I cry more for animals than I do humans sometimes. I prefer animals over people. I've said this before, but anyway, um where was I? Well, anyway, November's here in my neck of the woods. The leaves are falling, and the days are a lot colder. The days are beautiful, but the nights are freezing. And I mentioned talking about it's the perfect time this month to do shadow work. Why do I say that? I say that because November may be the 11th month, but in the zodiac, November becomes the eighth house. The eighth house is ruled by Scorpio, Pluto. The eighth house is about life, death, rebirth, and transformation. That is all when we're doing shadow work, that is shadow work. Letting something die within us that no longer serves us and moving forward. Working on what triggers us, those triggers. Anyone who's ever done shadow work, I can be perfectly honest, there's certain things, certain comments that are made that will trigger me. I have to sit back, journal it, meditate on it, and ask myself, why did that comment trigger me? It's almost like, if you don't want to call it shadow work, it's almost like doing a self analysis of yourself. It's the same thing. November is the perfect month for doing that. And I think that's probably why the witch community always talks about shadow work at this time of the year. And also because the days are getting darker and the nights, there's more night than there is day. Working within the darkness to find your inner light. Does that make sense? I hope it does. But shadow work, perfect time this month. It can bring epiphanies, really. We are also, we've also just came through Mercury retrograde, Pluto retrograde, Saturn retrograde, Jupiter retrograde. And this all turned direct in late October. Now, I know a lot of you are going, sigh of relief. I can breathe easy. It's going to be smooth sailing. No, it's not. These next couple of months, you better buckle down, brace yourself. What you're going to hear on the news, what you're going to see, the food shortages that are coming. I've told you to stock up. I'm not trying to scare you. I'm not being a prepper, but it's the preppers that are going to actually be the ones that are okay. So Just stock up a little bit. I'm not saying it's going to stay like this, but December especially is going to be a rough month. Okay. You'll see what I mean. It's going to bring its ups and its downs. So we do have this new moon in Scorpio on November 4th. It's at 5:15 Eastern Daylight Time. This new moon energy is usually positive in nature, and it still is, don't get me wrong. But a scorpionic new moon is about rebirth. It's about a reawakening for many souls. This moon is really all about vitality and health and sexuality and sex. It's rebirth. It's finances, drama. It rules taxes, rules the IRS. It's transformation. It is also secrets coming to light. So we're going to hear after the 4th and those 2 weeks ahead some secrets coming to light. Probably from politics because Pluto is in Capricorn. But you're going to see some secrets come to light in the next couple of weeks. But this also is where war, terrorism, the police make headlines, both positive and negative. Um, Tragedy can and will happen this month, especially in those days of caution. If you join Patreon, you can get all those dates right there. You guys get them. In fact, the 15th, every 15th, you get the following month. If you're on the $10, the goddess, what is it? Mother, Maiden, Crone. The Crone, you get, I think you get them for the next 6 months, something like that. You get it more advanced, and they'll be getting there soon. But to the positive side of this energy is that we can change and we can see our own transformation in our own selves. This is where our deep metaphysical knowledge will come in very handy. Divination is powerful. Scrying, tarot, astrology, clairvoyance will all be on the menu for the next few weeks. Utilize the time wisely. Your astrologers, your psychics, we're all going to be on fire in some way, after this new moon. Our gut feelings, our intuition, our psychic abilities will be heightened and will be stronger. I've been doing a lot more scrying, and so you're going to see headlines in the news come next year about Russia. Some negative shit's coming out of Russia. That's all I'm going to say. But the positive side of this is tapping into your divination, tapping into your psychic self, and doing you. Now, we do have this partial lunar eclipse on November 19th in Taurus. It's at 3:57 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. And this will happen on the 18th for all of North America. The regions that will see parts of this eclipse most will be Europe, Asia, Australia, North and West Africa, North America, South America, Pacific, Atlantic, Indian Ocean, and the Arctic. North America has the best location to see the entirety of the eclipse, as the eclipse will be most visible on the West Coast in the early morning hours starting at about 3:20 a.m. You'll be able to start watching this. And it's going to peak at 4:11 a.m. So people on the East Coast, you'll only be able to see it partially. Us West Coasters will be able, if you can get up that early, which I plan to do, you'll be able to see this from the skies. Hopefully you don't live in an area where I used to live in, where it was overcast all the time. Every time there was this grand celestial event, the fog was here. Luckily, I don't have that problem in Arizona because I'm so high up in elevation. You could literally touch the sky, it feels like. Stars seem so much closer. Anyway, this partial lunar eclipse is going to have major effect on the stock markets, investment sectors, the crypto world. Prices could drop, prices could go up. And while one market might start crashing, another could do very well, very, very well. People forget that in the realm of money, Venus Taurus rules banking, it rules finance, it rules wealth. Crypto, on the other hand, is ruled by a mercurial energy. Um, this is where the blockchain comes into focus. And this is where swift and fast movement of the blockchain and currency flow is constantly moving. The digital asset becomes a way, the new way to make money. It's a Gemini Aquarius aspect. You also get a view of the future and how the future is going to generate and make money. This is the new age of Aquarius meets the mercurial age of money. So, with Uranus in Taurus right now, sudden change, Taurus ruling money until 2025, you will see a change in how banks deal with money, or in this case, cryptocurrency. Before the end of July 2025, you will see crypto being added into your banking system one way or another. Now, for the first part of this month, everyone, Scorpio energy is going to be strong. You must use the energy to investigate into your own finances. Time we're dealing with Scorpio, we are dealing with investments, but we are also dealing with finances in some way. It's the opposite of Taurus, but it's also in the realm of money. Um, it's about making plans to invest, and you need to look for all the ways you can advance your portfolio, your money, how you make money. Anything to do with making more money is going to be blessed under this energy. The lunar full moon will make any of us emotional, especially when it comes to money, and some of us may be having a harder time with money than usual, and that might happen after that Taurus full moon on the 19th. Some of us may struggle a little more for those 2 weeks with money. Where was I? The lunar full moon will kind of make us, Taurus full moons kind of have a tendency to make us a little, not going to want to say lazy. That's not the word I'm looking for, but lethargic. Taurus is a slow moving sign. So the energy when it's full, they kind of want to hibernate, home and hearth, good food, and sit around watching TV by the fire. Um, but it does make us a little lethargic, a little less active. We'll snap out of it in a few days. So just know if you're feeling a little, bleh, that is why. Um, it's about doing some deep soul searching too. So the news will be ahead in regards to finances, the stock market, crypto investments, and the economy in general. This will all make headlines. However, Uranus being in Taurus, Taurus being an earth sign, this also is where eruptions take place. Um, I keep saying December is going to be a bad month. And I have a friend who's a hoodoo root worker, and she keeps seeing something happening to New York City in December. So I still want you to keep an eye on that Cumbre Viejo volcano that's still going 38 days later. I damn near consumed the whole island. Um, that concerns me. So just keep an eye out. But yeah, December, something's going to happen. Shocking. Shocking. I am wishing everyone a wonderful November, though. November will have its ups and downs. And once this new moon hits on the 4th, those next 2 weeks, make the best of it. Get out there, enjoy life, enjoy your family, invest. The green light is here to invest, take action, make moves. New moon to full, green light. Full moon to dark, or full moon to new, red light. Plan. Don't make actions until the new moon. Follow universal laws and you will have success. All right, let me get into the chat and see what's going on. I'm doing so well, Christopher. Let's see. Be mindful to the moon and sun energy. Absolutely. It's going to be wild. Crypto. Okay, Kapui. I this is what my philosophy on crypto, okay? And the reason I'm going to do this, I'm taking a class on it right now from an occultist. Um, I highly recommend this. Bulkhead Mon has a course on it called Blockchain Immersion. I'm taking the course, and I think you could find some more on it here on YouTube. I think the Blockchain Immersion. Let me type that in so you know. Okay, Blockchain Immersion. I don't know if I'm spelling that right, guys and gals, but the blockchain immersion. He's excellent. He used to trade on Wall Street, more commodities, but he's also an incredible writer. Um, he's a sweet Jewish boy. Um, as my mother would say, he's a sweet Jewish boy from New York. But he's an occultist and he's written some amazing stuff. He is an educator. He's educated in ancient um, history. So he's just not some idiot writing occult books on deities and demons and gods and goddesses without actually knowing what he's writing. He's excellent. Bulkhead Mon. I'm going to put him in just so you know. Boy, I should just tag him in this. I should just tag him in this video today. There you go, Bulkhead Mon. I follow him too. Now he's not for everybody, but he's the blockchain immersion is something he's did a 180 on from going to occult. Now he decided to do this. I've learned so much from that class, and so I'm not going to share everything with you, but I am in the week ahead going to show you how to get into crypto with as little as $10. I'm going to put my Coinbase account on there where you can go in, open your account up with $10 and you'll get $10 of Bitcoin. I've made over $145. That's not a lot since 2009 on just free crypto alone through Coinbase because they give you tutorials. You watch the tutorials and you earn crypto. And some of them, I've earned $2, $3, $4, $5, $6 on, forgotten about them. And some of that crypto that I've forgotten about because I didn't buy any, $6, $7 has turned into $40, $50. It's in 2 years. I'm like, wow, where are you going to double your money like that? Yes, it takes money to make money, but you can invest. Shiba Inu is a perfect example. I bought Shiba Inu when it was at 8 cents, 6 and 8 cents a share, and I invested $100. Yes, and now it's fluctuating between 68 cents a share and 81 cents a share. So the money I've made is incredible. You will never make that kind of money in the banks with what they give you in interest. So that's why I want to do this tutorial for you guys and to show, especially women. I need more women to get into crypto and not fear it. Especially us older women who are over 50. This is a way for us to invest in our retirement. We are not going to be able to depend just on Social Security if it's even there. I'm 15 years away from collecting that. I don't think it'll be there. This is a way for you to learn the market a little bit, take those little steps. I started investing. I dipped my toe in the crypto world in late 2018. Okay. And I did make a little bit of money on the Bitcoin thing. Not, you had to have money to make money. But a couple of grand to me is a lot of money. I'm not a greedy person. And so, $2, $3, $4,000, I put some away and I live off some and treat me. I'm very generous with my money, unfortunately. It's probably why I'm broke a lot. And it's one of my downfalls, and that's really not a Capricorn trait, and I'm Capricorn. So it goes to show you no two Capricorns are alike, because usually Capricorns are very stingy with their money. And I do apologize for the mess in the back, but it's Saturday morning. I'm getting ready to DJ this afternoon. So let's see what else we're talking about here. Where I live, I am in the Eurozone on Halloween. Oh, cool. I had a condolence a couple of days. I had 5 ravens. Yes. 5. 5. A sign of restoration from bad fortune. A reversal during Samhain. No wonder why I'm feeling crazy. You know what, Christopher? I was feeling crazy too. And like I said, you and I are like, you're my brother from another mother, and our planets are, and all of our planets are in the same housing system. Except you're Aquarius, I'm Capricorn. We're still born in the constellation of Capricorn in January, but there I felt crazy too, and I was like sitting there going, I just got to get this energy to pass. It wasn't until that very last planet went direct, I kind of went, okay, I can focus more. I'm more focused. I just was having a real hard time focusing. I could focus on things to do like work wise, but on anything for myself, oh God, it was a crapshoot. You're not far from. This is true. It is only a few days away. Yes, Kapui, you better go check on Patreon. I posted. I actually, Kapui, because you are in my Patreon group, I do want your feedback on how you guys like the new format. Okay, because what the general public is seeing and what you guys are seeing is a little bit different. There's a lot more going on there. I give you week by week by week of what the energy is. So, Kapui, I'm open to constructive criticism. Tell me what you think, what I can do better. Um, and that goes for the general public too. I'm not going to get offended. I don't have a very big ego. So, if you say, hey, I like this, but maybe you should try this, this, and that, I'm open to suggestions. Okay. Open to them. Let's see. To misinform is my best friends. They willing to get my program anymore. Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to get off of here in a minute. I'm going to pull a card for the weekend, for the Halloween weekend. While I'm in here and I have you in here, you guys, do you want me to pull a card for you, Kapui or Christopher? You want a card pulled, Christopher? I'm doing the Spirit Wheel deck, if you can see that. So, all right, Christopher. All right, Spirit. What message do you have for Christopher? Oh, that one flew out of there. All right. Wow, Christopher. Can you see that, hon? I think there. Now there's not such an horrible glare. Can you see that? It is the Great Star Nation. And it is card number 15. 5 and a 1 is a 6. A 6 is a good number. It's about home and harmony. Anytime you deal with the even numbers, twos, fours, six, eights. It also represents wealth and abundance in some ways, or some sort of new beginning. This is about the mystery void. This is about good fortune, and this is about grace, Christopher, which is something you have. Um, the mystery void, I could see that pertaining to you because you are, how do I say it? Let's just put it this way. You could see things that others can't, including myself. There have been many times I've been on like Skype with Christopher, not so much here, but in my old house back in California. And he was seeing ghosts behind me. So your mystery void. This is where you are able to see the unseen, which brings your gut intuition always brings you to good fortune. So good fortune is coming your way, bro, and you're going to achieve it with grace and style. Did that help? I hope so. Good fortune is the reversal. That's a good thing then. There's nothing wrong with having good fortune. What's wrong is greed. And I'm seeing that a lot in the crypto world. Um, People don't cash in because they want the most and the maximum they can get instead of being happy with what you're going to get. Um, there's another thing called FOMO, fear of missing out. We'll talk about that in my crypto on Five of Ravens. Now, I don't know about you. I know some people consider ravens to be evil. They are not evil in any. They're messengers. Um, they are associated with the darker side of things, but they're not. They're not evil per se. Hollywood has made them out to be that way. You know, The Exorcist. There's the Raven. Um, I'm going to tell you a little story real quick because I have to go soon. I'm only going to be on here. Um, I'm going to pull a card for Kapui. I'm going to pull a card for the universe, and then I'm not pulling any more cards for the day. But I have a neighbor across the street. He's a racist. He hates gay people. He hates people of color. You can hear him dropping the N word all the time. One day, I feed my ravens out here peanuts. And I was telling the ravens one day, one day just attack him, do something. He's such a mean old man. Sure enough, I was sitting at my window the other day and I had my window open. I could hear him screaming at them because about five of them, Christopher, were on that five number, were attacking him, sitting in the tree waiting for him. When he got out of his car, they were swooping down and they're just having a grand old time with him. And I just sat there and I said, those are my babies, good babies. Mommy loves you. Hey, sweet butterfly girl, how are you? All right. Kapui, I'm going to pull a card for you, hon. Sweet butterfly, I could do one real quick if you want one. It'll be short and sweet, in and out. I got to get out of here by 11:45. If I didn't have to DJ, I'd stay on longer, but... Okay, Kapui. Wow, that's a beautiful one. I don't think I've ever drawn one. I don't think I've ever drawn this card for anybody. Yes, Christopher, you're right. They are the sign of transformation. They're so beautiful. Kapui, can you see that? This is about illumination, the spirit path of the East. Think about what the East represents. East, west, north, south. You're a broom sister. And you're an air sign as well. It rules your element, honey. Air. So I know you were telling me something you've been doing. So it's about divine communication. You've been working with natives. And that's been giving you that divine communication. It's about spiritual knowing and inner light. This is all the things you are achieving right now. A 3 and a 4 is a 7. Lucky number 7. 7 isn't, I know a lot of people think 7 is about money, but that's really 8. 8 is about money. 7, yes, it's about abundance and wealth, but 7 is about being at the right place at the right time. Um, it's about you're at the right place at the right time, Kapui. And those natives that you've been working with have given you that divine communication to have spiritual knowing, to bring you inner light. Number 7, success, luck. Good luck. Okay. Sweet butterfly girl, what are you saying here? Okay, I'll pull a card for you, hon. I will admit, Christopher, when I lived in California, I had a real close bond with the crows, and the crows have a different energy than the ravens, and I really do miss my crows. um, I mean, it was to the point where they would sit there and squawk in front of my sliding door every morning. I mean, you could almost, it was like they were saying, if I was listening to them, sometimes it would be like they'd say, "Where's the lady? I want bread." As to where here with the ravens, they're different energy, a little more aggressive, a little colder. They're not as friendly as crows. It took me almost a year to have a bond with them. Um, took me a lot longer to have a bond with them than the crows, that's for sure. But once I bonded with them, um, now you hear them cawing around 5, 6 in the evening, right before dusk, because they want their little handful of peanuts. They're not around too much in the daytime. So, all right, sweet butterfly girl, let me have a sip of my coffee. And then I'm going to pull a card. And don't let me forget, I have to pull a card for the universe. For Halloween, I have to pull a card. The last time I did this, I pulled cards for everybody, and I think I forgot to pull a card. All right. Spirit, what message for sweet butterfly girl? Oh, that one shot out. Wow, that's a cool. I've never drawn this one for anybody either. I love it when I get different cards. All right, sweet butterfly girl, can you see that? Growth. Spirit path of the South. What sign are you, sweet butterfly girl? And what element, or should I say, yeah, element do you represent? What is the South? East, west, north, and south each has an element. North is earth. West is water. East is air. South is fire. You're a fire sign. Makes perfect sense. And where you're going, because I've done your tarot before, opportunity, acceptance, gateway. Now, gateway, let's talk about that word a minute. Gateway. This can be a gateway to higher knowledge, a gateway to higher learning. This is where opportunities are coming into your life. Remember the last time, sweet butterfly girl, Wheel of Fortune, Wheel of Fortune. We've had that card come 2 times now. Now, the universe is telling you, and this is a 5, a 6, a 7, and an 8. 35 represents 8. What is 8? The card 8 represents money. I actually have a green 8 cut out and put in my wallet. And I did it during the Lion's Gate because 8 and 88 bring abundance. And anytime you leave that in your wallet, you will always have money in your wallet, which is true. I've yet to be broke. There's always a few dollars in it. May not be a lot, but there's always a few bucks. See the horses? Yep. Yep. Because If I may say your sign, I don't want to make you feel uncomfortable, hon, but Sagittarians rule the animal world. Sagittarius rules horses, especially. There's a strong connection to horses. Um, I wouldn't even be surprised if a horse may be a spirit guide, and we can have more than one spirit guide um, in the animal kingdom. We can have several. So, I have more than one. So a horse can be a spirit guide for a great many people, but it's a horse charging and riding to their opportunity. It's a horse um, taking acceptance of themselves and not, how do I put this? Stop listening to other people, taking acceptance and knowing your craft. How's that? Knowing your craft and what you're set out to do is going to open up a whole new gateway of opportunities, a gateway to esoteric knowledge, a gateway to metaphysical knowledge. That makes sense, sweet butterfly girl? That's a perfect card for you, hon. Okay, last card is for the world at large, and then I really do have to get off of here. I have to be on air in about an hour and 10 minutes from now, 1 o'clock, 4 p.m. Eastern. And I'm doing a Halloween heavy metal special, so I have a Sagittarian moon, so this is why I do heavy metal. It's to indulge that wild side of me. Because most Capricorns aren't into rock and roll and metal. You're very welcome, sweet butterfly girl. Okay, what message for the weekend from Spirit for the world at large and on Halloween? What message, universe, do you have for all of us silly humans? All right. This is an interesting one, too. Okay, so this is about trust. It's the spirit path of the South. This one represents the mighty eagle. It's about personal space. I can't read backwards. Personal space, openness, and faith. So, like I said, even though we're in a dark moon phase going into this weekend, and our energies are a little more not as upbeat. Usually we a little more depressed during a wanting phase. It is Halloween, but it is about personal space. It's about um, giving yourself your own personal space. So some of you don't like to give out candy. Some of you close the lights and don't partake, and that's fine. That's all about personal space. One thing I do want to say is because it's going to be a dark moon, there won't be much moonlight out for the kiddies. Definitely get them some sort of a glow stick or something so that represents openness, so that the world can see them and nobody gets hurt. It's about having faith, and it's trusting in your neighbor. Um, in some ways, I know that the world seems kind of bleak, but it will get a little better. And even for us as a whole financially, so we need to start soaring like the eagle. Okay. We need to start acting and doing better on a human level. I'm going to tell you something. So my ex-husband's here visiting, and he's here through the holidays, and he's helping me get some work done around my house. And he's from San Diego. And you know what he said to me? And I kind of sat there going, he's right. Where I live in conservative town, crazy conservatives all over the place. But he said to me, you know what I notice about this town compared to the town I live in? And I said, what? He goes, everybody in your town is selfish. No one gives a damn about anybody else. It's all about me, 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 me. And I sat there going, no, that's very interesting. Look at the political demographics of my town. 95% of them consider themselves Christian. So, when he told me that, I sat there going, that is interesting, because he's kind of right. Everybody around me is selfish, at least in this town. I head down to Phoenix or I go up to Flagstaff, and it's just a little bit different. Um, I'm thankful that I have what I have, but the energy in my town kind of stinks. We're kind of the weirdos in the neighborhood. I told my daughter, since we're the weirdos in the neighborhood, tomorrow we dress in all black, like in Coven, American Horror Story, where they're all in, the black parasol. And then we'll just walk through the streets with our parasol. I am dressing up tomorrow. I have a nun's costume, but I'm going to paint my face like Volok from The Conjuring. And that should scare the crap out of all my Christian-loving neighbors. Anyway, all of you out there, thanks for tuning. Sweet Butterfly Girl, have a beautiful Halloween. Christopher, my brother, enjoy the rest of your weekend. Keep an eye on them Ravens. Kapui, go check Patreon. Tell me what you think. And all of you out there, have a safe and happy Halloween. You were actually, what do you mean you were okay, I got to ask. What do you mean? I was actually in American Horror Story Coven. Okay. Explain. I'm not leaving now until you explain that to me. What do you mean? Happy Samhain to you too, Christopher. Were you like an extra in the movie? Were you a leading character in the movie? No, he's going, what? Sweet Butterfly Girl, you have to elaborate, doll. That is so freaking cool. I was a background witch in the show, in Coven. The very last episode. Oh my God. Okay. All right. Thank you for sharing that, Sweet Butterfly Girl. That is amazing. I have to tell my daughters this. I have a celebrity following me. Anyway, I got to get out of here. That is so cool. All of you out there, check out last episode of Coven. I'll return in a few days. All of you out there, be safe, Sweet Butterfly Girl. Thanks for that info. Very cool, Christopher. And Kapui, ciao, you guys. Have a great Halloween. Blessed be. Happy Samhain.